Hello everybody, this is Ken Marsh for another video. I'm going to talk about the AUDUSD and NZDUSD, a couple of trade examples, especially this AUDUSD. This is a trade I'm actually in at the moment. What basically I am going to talk about today is the normal strategy that I use, but I'm also kind of using that strategy to enter into a longer term trade. So let me break this down for you. At first, of course, I'm going to the daily time frame, and you can see we're fairly bearish here, especially on the daily, and we are also bearish for the week. Also, this is showing the start of the week, so I wanted you guys just to see what I was looking at there. And of course, my first target is going to be the low of last week, so let me mark that out. Okay, that's the low of last week. Now let me go ahead and switch it over to the 1 hour time frame and look at the trade. Okay, this is of course the start of the week here. It's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. What really caught my attention with AUDUSD this week was this was the high of last week right here. And they immediately broke above it, looking for liquidity. So see this big move up, really strong move up, found liquidity, and then we had a strong move back down into the range. And so, of course, this really catches my eye. And so I start to look for, to follow my rules and to look for a break of the most recent low, which actually is a very good low to look for a break because of the big move out. So we do get that break on Tuesday, right here during London, or right at the end of London, and it pulls down, breaks, and we make a move up here. Now, what happened here was it made its move all the way up and found more liquidity above here. Now, to explain what my thinking here is, and I remember when I talk about don't be the retail trader, be the bank, be the casino. Everyone and their mama is looking for a break below here to enter short. They get that break. Some people had sell stops here. They get entered in the market and they come up and they stop them out for liquidity, and then they make their move down. Really nice move down here. So after this move happened, I was waiting for another break below here. We didn't get it yet. Of course, this is the end of the day, so not a lot going to happen here. We do get a little pullback here, and then we do get the break. Now, once we get this break, now I'm really hunting the move because I really needed. I would have loved to enter here, but it doesn't follow my rules. If you draw the fib from here to here, it doesn't, as you can see, it doesn't enter into my sweet spot area, the area where I like to take trades. So because of that, I wasn't able to enter this move. Now, if it would have made it up here, I would have sold this, put my stop above here, and I would let it run for a few days at least, or maybe longer, which I will talk about here in a little bit. But for now, we got this move down. We get the break. So once we do that, oops, we get, this becomes right there. So here's where we set the fib to here. Get a beautiful entry right into my my sell stop or my sell limit. We get the entry, and normally I put the stop loss here, but I'm going to tell you here in a little bit why my stop loss ended up here, because I ended up turning this trade into a longer term trade setup. But for right now, if you were going to take this as a short term trade, you would have put your stop here. And when you did that, you would be holding this trade either to here for target 1, and then any one of the fibs. Like, see, you could take a 100% move down here. It would be right about in here, and you would have took a nice, probably 4-to-1, 3.5, 4-to-1 trade there. And then you could have been out of the market there all in one day. Would have been a beautiful day trade. Let me show you that to you really quick. Let me delete that. Whoops, let me switch this to short position. All right, so we'll just say your entry was here. We'll move it. Oops, hold on. Okay. Let me get rid of one of these things. Boom. Okay. And we'll say your entry was right. Well, if it'll let me get there. We'll let it be right there just for simplicity's sake, because this thing hates me. There we go. Well, hold on. Start over. Sorry about that, guys. This is real life. There we go. Just bear with me. I'm still kind of new to the trading view world. Okay, that looks good. Target. Yeah, let's see. Yep, that's about a 4.5 risk to reward there. So that would be a beautiful trade. You could even have just took it at 4-to-1. That's a really nice day trade. I mean, you can't beat that. I mean, we only got a 9 pip. We actually probably have about a 12 to 13 pip stop. So you probably would have got about 4-to-1 on this trade. So I just wanted to share that with you, but I'm also still in this trade, and I'm going to explain why here in just a second. Let me get rid of this. There we go. Now we're going to go back to the daily time frame. Now, I took my entry with my normal strategy, but I wanted to hold this down to here, right? So we're holding down to here for first target, not the original first target. I'm holding here for first target, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually transitioning into another strategy that I have. If you're in my group with Imarketslive, you would know the strategy. If you are not, if you're in my group and you don't have the strategy, let me know. Direct message me, and I can get that to you. But what this is right here, this blue line, is the 9 exponential moving average. And I like to take trades and hold long term, especially when I'm targeting all the way down here over time. Doesn't mean I'm going to hit it, but at the same time, I'm going to be moving my stop loss on this trade. And if I get pullbacks, I'm going to be adding to my position, and until I get to right here, then I'm going to close all my trades. Okay, so that's another thing that I do. This is something that takes practice, and I don't want to go over that too much here, but I'm going to be looking for a longer term trade. And what I'm going to target here, but if I get a move down and I do get a pullback that's going to break above this 9 and close strongly, so if I get a bullish bar and it closes strongly above there, I will close that first trade off, and I will wait for a pullback and see if I get another entry. If I do, then I will again continue until I hit my target here. This is going to be my main target. So I'm going to be taking hopefully multiple positions on AUDUSD. Now, this isn't that far away. It might look like it is, but the daily range on the AUDUSD is less than 50 pips. So this is about a 200 pip move from my original entry. So we're just trying to take a 200 pip move and turn it into more than 200 pips by entering in on pullbacks and getting higher entries, so that I can turn a 200 pip move into potentially 250 to 300 pip move. This is how I trade, and this is how I turn 1% and 2% risk into large trades. You know, I take a 2%, 1% or 2% risk, and I end up turning that into a nice, you know, anywhere from 5-8% trade. And this could actually go over the whole month. So it's just something that I wanted to share you guys with, so you kind of see what I'm looking for when I trade. Again, just to see, I get the break, I get the pullback entry, and then I'm waiting for the move down. Now, even this little short move here, right here, would have been a nice trade. You would have had a small risk, a little bit more than a 1.5 to 1 risk reward ratio, and that's still a really nice little scalp. Again, you could hold it for a little bit further, or you could have just targeted this low here just like this, and you would have took 4 to 1, which I like this. I like to target here and try to get 4 to 1. I just really saw something really nice, and I wanted to go ahead and continue holding the trade. Now, my stop loss is still all the way up here, because I decided to go with a longer term trade. So I had a bigger stop. I think it was about 37 pips. I had a 37 pip stop loss, something in that range. I can't remember. And no, it wasn't even that big. Sorry. 30 pips. I think I had 30 pips. I'll put stop loss somewhere up here. And I'm still in this trade, and I'm going to hold it for a while. Yeah, we're getting a little pullback now. We're getting a little bit of movement, but this is the open of the Aussie session, so nothing major there. I'm not worried about that. So let's move on to New Zealand USD. And we had a nice move out of there. This was a nice trade setup. Now, unfortunately, I missed it. But it happens. Let me go back to the daily just to show you what I was looking at. All right. So again, nice downtrends, very similar. This correlates with the AUDUSD. But we had a nice setup here. Got a pullback. We had a swing high happen here. So I was looking, I was looking for a trade today, but it just dropped. But there would have been a trade setup you could have caught. If you look here, you've got a nice big. Let me show you here. Let me pull this up. There we go. Now on the daily time frame, if you draw your fib out, let's see how close we get here. Yep. Now we get a little bit past the my little sweet spot, but it didn't close past it. That's the key. I don't care if it goes past it, as long as it doesn't break the high. As long as it closes within the sweet spot, I could actually be looking for a trade here, and I just didn't see it. It happens. I can't catch every market. I actually like to focus on just specific pairs when I see certain type of things happen. But right now, I'm going to show you what I saw that I missed, and just so you guys can see what I'm looking at all the time. So again, we had a nice big move above the weekly high here. And what we ended up getting was we had a structure break here. Now, it's not going to be as clean as the AUDUSD, but once it doesn't matter. The point is, I knew that we were going down. I was looking for a reason to go down on Tuesday, especially. And that happened on here. The high happened on Tuesday right here. Beautiful move up. And this is right around London Open or Frankfurt Open. We had a big move down. It's still not an entry yet. I need to see a break of this low because that's a nice big move up. We don't want to take little baby breaks like this. We're looking for big moves up, and this would have been your target. And look, it just hit it just now. So let me show you this breakdown. All right, so you're going to have your high, and you could use either one of these, but this is a little bit higher, and this was during London. This one actually was during the U.S. session here. And we're going to go to the lowest low, which is here. Perfect sweet spot entry. You would have entered here. You would have had a very small stop loss. Probably, I would say you're probably around a 25 pip stop loss. And you would have targeted here or held, but I would have just took a trade here because the NZDUSD can be volatile sometimes, just like you're seeing right now. Beautiful trade. It's good to see this just happen for everyone live. you would have had a beautiful move down here, and you would have got your take profit filled here. Of course, you could have took take profit 1 here around the top or right around the bottom of the low, and then you could have taken the rest of your profit here. Now let me show you how that looks on the sell position. Okay, I'm just going to put it here for now just so you can get an idea. It's kind of hard to move this thing around, but let me put this down to right there. Actually, we'll put it a little higher just so you can see it. There. And your target, of course. Would have been around the low here. We'll put it a little higher just to make up. So again, you really got a really, really beautiful 4-to-1 on your trade, around 4-to-1. It would have been 4-to-1 if we would move the entry about where it should be. So I just want to show you guys that I like to take no minimum of 3-to-1 on my full position, but I like 4-to-1 or higher. In this case, 4-to-1 would have been a beautiful trade, and you would have been filled all in pretty much 1 day's time frame. And it would have been a beautiful trade. Very simple, down to, nothing crazy. It's not difficult. The main thing that is important, the key is to get the daily bias correct. Now, if you're wrong, it's okay. You want the loss to tell you what direction you should be going. So, for example, here, let me get rid of this so it's out of your face. If we would have lost this trade, it would have took out this high, right? If we would have taken this high out, it's okay. Now I know to look for a pullback for an entry to buy long. Does that make sense for everybody? That's what we're looking for. I don't take trades unless the trade is going to either win and make me profit, or the trade is going to lose and I learn something. Okay, I want you guys to write that down. If you don't have a pen and paper, go get one and write that down. It is key to trading. You guys don't know me. Obviously, you're learning about me now with this new YouTube channel. But I want everyone to understand that it doesn't matter what your strategy is. It doesn't matter how you trade. If you're just taking trades just to take trades and you don't know what's going to happen if you lose, then you shouldn't have that trade open. You need to focus and bear down and look for reasons to enter a trade, and reasons if you lose, what to do next. Or not reasons, but if you lose, what to do next. If you break this high here, then obviously, like on AUDUSD, then the high was, or the low was made on Monday. So we're actually looking for, if we get the break, we're going to look for a pullback entry, and then we're going to enter. And it doesn't matter if you use my fib strategy or a 9 EMA strategy that I use, or any strategy, support and resistance, you're still going to be looking for key price action. And this is really what price action is all about. It's about the daily highs and lows, the weekly highs and lows, monthly highs and lows. And this is one most people don't know because it doesn't show on your charts. Quarterly highs and lows and yearly highs and lows are very, very big in Forex especially. So guys, just remember all that. Don't want to make this video too long. You could, again, hold this trade long term if you were in it, for example, and it would have just broke through the 9 EMA. So you could be holding this trade all the way down here, and you would have got a nice, probably 10-to-1 on this trade. Beautiful move. And or if you wanted to be careful, you could draw a fib here and, again, take profit. I would just take profit where you're at. This is the reason why I would take profit. If you were to draw your fib, say this is a move to go higher. A lot of the times, like I said, I don't know why this happens. Right around that sweet spot area is where most of the trades reverse. So you would have been, right around that area here is where you would have just taken profit because you're coming into that area. Now this could come down here, reverse, it could continue. I expect it to continue because we're in a downtrend. All right, so the definition of a downtrend or an uptrend, we'll say downtrend. The definition is support is being broken, resistance is being is respected. Does that make sense? I want everybody to understand that. It's as simple as you can get. This over here, this doesn't matter as much. We're talking about recent price action. Let me move this down a little bit more further. Whoops. Close that down there. Recent price action, the recent trend here is the one we're looking at. All right. This support area, a lot of people see this as a trade, and there's nothing wrong with that. It works sometimes. It does. Mine works sometimes and it doesn't. But the key for me is, and especially if you trade support and resistance on a higher time frame, and you take this trade and you lose this trade, it's okay. You're being told what's actually going to happen. We're looking to go lower. If not, and it pulls back and you keep continuing, they're in the right direction. So again, you can see that it doesn't matter what strategy you use and what time frame you're on. You can take trades and be profitable as long as you're learning something every time you take a trade and you use good, sound money management. Now, the way I use money management is different from a lot of people, and that's fine. The key of it is that I don't want a big drawdown. I want a nice, clean equity curve. I'm going to get a little bit of drawdown because I do take losses, but most of the time, the second trade on the same pair is going to be a winner. It doesn't matter how big. Sometimes it might not be the right direction, but I still usually take profit or at least break even. I usually make a little profit or break even. Sometimes make pretty good profit before it reverses on me and takes out my stop loss for break even. For a profit. That's why I like to use 2, sometimes 3 positions. It depends on the setup. And this is something I learned from my mentor, and it helped a lot. It made a huge difference in my growth and growing my money and building my equity curve. And I'm trying to build a good track record. And I'm going to have it professionally audited so that I can show this to anybody that I need to in the future. But at this point, I have my future pretty much planned out. I know what I'm going to do. I have a couple of good business partners. So right now, I'm just trading on my own, working with everyone here at Imarketslive. And if you're not with Imarketslive, it's okay. You're going to learn a little bit from all these videos. And, one day, this might help you. This price action that you're learning from me, or how to read price action and the information. You don't, like I said, specifically need the strategy, but if you like what you see, then, and you want to learn more, you can join us at Imarketslive. When you do, you're going to get all these great tools on how to learn. You're going to learn how to trade. You got tools that will help you read the market and take trades that way. You even have trades that you have traders that can trade for you. There's all kinds of great stuff. And if you want to learn more, just watch my first video. But the basic gist of what I'm saying is, you join IML, you join my group, you will get one-on-one and group sessions with me. You're going to get the strategies that I use. You're going to get help constantly through the day. As long as I'm able to answer you, I will. Some guys I talk to on the phone. I help you guys out, and I don't want to, I make money trading. I don't make millions of dollars yet because I just started 2 years ago. I'm planning on doing that, yes. But the point is, everyone needs a mentor. Everyone needs a little help. And we provide that through my group. I'm not the only trader. I also have another trader that just joined up last month that's also very, very good. And he can also help out. But for now, I do primarily all the education for our group. But that's pretty much it, guys, for this video. I might do another video this week. If not, we will see you next week. Again, if you like this video, please hit the like button. Also, if you subscribe and click the little bell next to that, you're going to get the update, or you're going to get the little chime that's going to tell you that I uploaded a new video. And you guys might want to do that, because sometimes I am going to talk about live trades. Here, I was going to talk about a live trade setup I was looking at on Euro NZD. But again, because of this big move down, that was going to show weakness in NZD, of course, on Euro USD. And right now that setup is not looking too good. So it looks like we're going to be continuing higher on Euro NZD. So that kills that trade setup. It just didn't get the pullback. If we would have got the pullback here, I'm actually going to show you, I'm sorry, really quick. NZD. I know I'm just going on and on, but that's okay. We're going to go to the 1 hour. So you saw that we had this low formed. We got the pullback. Now this was an entry you could have taken, but I did miss this. Of course, I wasn't looking at the charts last night. I was asleep. Would have been another entry, very similar to the NZDUSD trade, and of course it exploded, and it is heading for the high of last week. And I'm sure it'll make it there. You guys can watch it, but I don't want to make this video too long. Thank you for watching. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that little bell. And if you want to join IML, the link for me will be below in the description. And again, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.